with Rico Robles is about to go live online. Catch All Out Monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out host, Rico Robles. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Hey, what's up, monsters? You know how it goes, man. So the Fantastic Friday, Rico Robles with none other than Lauv. Hey,
what up?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, great. You know, you just got out of a big show in Cebu. Now, of course, you're back in the Philippines. How was that experience?
Amazing. Yeah, super wild. Everybody was just going crazy, and I feel like I really lost myself on stage in the best way possible. And I'm really excited to be back in Manila. So,
well, you know, you have a big show that's coming up. You know, in between albums tour. I mean, one thing I want to ask is that what does an artist like you do in between albums?
I usually just stress out about life. No, I don't know. I mean, I pretty much nonstop like to write music. So like I'm like always trying to just be in the studio, but other than that, hang out with my dogs, hang out with my cousin, my friends, see family, stuff like that.
And how much has life changed? I mean, when you were starting your music, you were writing music, and then when everything blew up, everything got big. When you go back home,
honestly, so I would say it's been like this thing where I feel like I'm getting back to why I first started making music in the first place. Like I feel like for a few years it was like so insane that I like just kind of like lost myself to it a little bit and was kind of going through some, you know, ups and downs and a lot of downs mentally and emotionally. But now I just feel like I'm in a happy place, and I feel like I'm like kind of like I'm back in college or in high school making music again for the first time. Like
when things was exciting. You know,
when it's like anything is possible and you don't know what's gonna happen. Like I love that feeling.
And you know, when it comes to it, what do you think got you to overcome that stage that you're like, all right, cool, I gotta perform the same song over and over. I feel like I'm in the world, I'm trapped into this. I mean, what did you do? Did you go bike riding? Did you?
Honestly, a lot of mental health care for me, like not to get like overly serious, but you know, just stuff like that, therapy, medication, meditation, stuff like that. Also, I think just getting to a point where I feel like I was stripped away of so much of my sense of self-worth, because I realized I didn't really have a sense of self-worth before. And I kind of watched my career go from this way of like, you know, riding these few like hit after hit kind of vibes, and then kind of having a moment of having stuff not hit quite as hard, and kind of watching things be like, okay, like I can't get my sense of self-worth from my career, I have to love myself now. And so I feel like that's what I like learned how to do, is to love myself aside from my career. And so then now it's like everything's good.
It's amazing that he shared that moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's amazing because not a lot of people will talk about it.
No, for sure.
Speak about it, especially with it. I mean, now in comes, of course, the new music that you're working on. What's the approach now?
The approach
from before, how did you used to write before? And then how did you write
I mean,
now?
honestly, the way I originally started was just try to write and create the best song possible. It wasn't so like, what is my story? What is this? What is that? Like, you know, trying to be cool, trying to worry about genre. It was always just like make the best song I can make in that room, in that day, in that moment. And I've gotten back to that, which is just like, forget all of like the rules, forget about the song needing to be about my ex or needing to be about this or needing to be about whatever. It's like, let's just make a song we love. And then like, I always find that my story ends up coming out through that anyways. So I'm just like, it's good vibes.
And when it comes to writing songs, what's more challenging? Is it the sad song or the happy song for you?
Honestly, these days, a sad song, because I feel like I've been really in like a happy song place. But, which I think partially might be because I'm on antidepressants, but I don't know, we'll see. Yeah.
And how do you overcome it? I mean, you have to perform, especially when it becomes a hit.
Yeah.
You know, you have to, but that it's some sort of therapy too when you talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? When you sing about it.
Definitely.
I mean, for sure somebody must have come up to you so many times like, yo, your song really changed my life. You helped me figure it out.
Yeah. No, I mean, I never really know how to respond when people say stuff like that, but I just feel lucky because I just think of how, you know, music has done that for me, and I think that's really fire, and I don't know.
But for you growing up, who did you look up to when it comes to the music that was your escape at that time?
Honestly, for me, it was like I went through different phases, but for a while it was like some like early 2000s rap, and then it was like
You got your Nelly or Ja Rule.
yeah, or like I mean like when I was living in Atlanta, like DMX, 50 Cent, like,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. But then I really like felt like super into like Led Zeppelin, and then Green Day was a huge one for me when I was starting to learn how to play guitar. And then from there, I got really into like the emo scene, pop punk kind of stuff. Yeah.
Did you ever want to be a rapper? Maybe you have that secret talent.
So I freestyle with my friends. I'm getting better. I'm not very good. I overthink it too much, you know?
Yeah.
But
Can you remember the sickest bar or line you've ever laid out?
no, there's no. I can't remember that. I mean, let me think. No, yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, you can't remember it, but you
I don't
know.
know if I have bars like that really, but
Would
we'll see.
you even experiment on releasing a rap song?
See, I would love to. I don't know if people want to hear that from me, but like I would love to try it. So
Like an alter ego album. You
yeah,
know what I'm
well, I thought
saying?
about doing something like a secret name, like a
Yeah.
side name, and then morph my voice so no one knows it's me.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'll be something cool, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But you know, for the many listeners, for the many monsters, and many of your fans, how was that feeling when you first heard your song on the radio? When you first got that big buzz? Can you remember that?
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. That was crazy. I think I didn't even know how to process it in the moment because I was like, I couldn't believe it was happening, and I was sitting in an Uber, and I was actually like, was told like, okay, like it's gonna play for the first time on the station, and so like get ready. So I was in this Uber. I think I had my phone out. I was recording it. I think it's on Twitter, and I was just like, I was in a state of like shock. Like I was just like, I still don't really know how to like describe it. It's just crazy. It's like one of those things where you're like, you don't think it's a real thing that can happen, you know, especially when you're younger, and yeah, so crazy.
And you know, when it comes to goals as an artist, right? You get your song played on radio, you heard it, and then you get the hit songs and everything. But what was your ultimate goal when you were starting out, if you could remember it?
Yeah.
And then up to now, was that still the same ultimate goal, or is it somewhere?
Well, when I first started making music as a kid, I think I was just experimenting and having fun expressing myself. And then I got really into, like, when I started getting more serious about like doing Lauv and stuff, my goal was like, I want to make hit songs, and I want to make songs that express myself at the same time. So it's just like basically that combo. And I think over the years, I somewhere got lost. I kind of started being like, I just want to make really cool music. And then I kind of was like, all right, like,
It's the hipster mode.
like, I don't know what that even means, like, you know,
Yeah.
making cool, like, whatever. And then now I'm just back in, like, I want to make music that, like, my ultimate goal is, like, I want to make songs that unite as many different people from as many different places all into one moment together to just feel connected. And I hope that my story fits in there as well. So,
And with you sharing that, are you open to collaborating with local artists here in the Philippines?
Definitely,
Have you been listening to some artists there?
I haven't really been put on to too many people, but you know, like I always say, like I'm super open, and I think in this next year, I would love to really do a lot more international collabs and stuff like that.
Okay, so you know, here on the show, we do have some random fun question.
Okay.
So here on All Out, and for you, who's the most famous person you've ever met?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor, how was that?
I met her twice. She was very sweet. Yeah, I was so nervous.
And then also, can you remember what was the first paycheck you got in making music, and how much was it, and what did you buy with it?
Oh, my first paycheck I could think of was like, I mean, I don't know, how big are we talking? Are we talking like?
What you could remember. The first one, it could be $10.
Well,
$1,000?
back when I was in high school, like I used to sell my music on I would like add people on MySpace. I feel like this isn't a fun answer though.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, really what happened for me that was really like crazy and exciting is when I first signed my first publishing deal. That was crazy. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was nothing like super crazy, but it was enough to the point where I was like still in college, and I was like, okay, I can buy all my friends like drinks and dinner tonight.
Like,
and
I got you guys.
I got, and I remember that feeling was just like, that's crazy, like so sick.
And you know, one thing as well for you, what was that one advice that you got from someone that up to this day you still use?
Ooh, I love this question. Honestly, I want to say one of my really really close friends, Michael Pollack, who's an amazing songwriter and producer, who we came up together, and he's done so many hits at this point, you know, for Miley and Bieber and Maroon 5 and a lot of different people, and he's amazing. He's given me some of my best advice. I mean, I think actually, it's happened on multiple occasions. One, this is super random, but I have a tattoo that says "Why."
Yeah, it's
And
right
then-
there. Show it the cam. Show
Oh
the
yeah.
cam. Right.
So it says "Why," and this is one of my earlier tattoos. And I remember when he saw it, he was like kind of like, I feel like he was like laughing, like not like laughing at me, but being like, "You're so existential." He's like, sometimes it's like, "Why not?" And a few years, like maybe a year later or something, I got a second tattoo that says "Not" over here. So it's like,
look over
why
here. Not.
why and why not? Because it's like sometimes you want to be deep about stuff,
Yeah.
but then sometimes it's just like, why not? Like just let it go, have fun. So
All right, man. You know, one last question for me. I know that you make great songs. They say that great songwriters give the best love advice. So what would be that one love advice you're gonna give to somebody
Yes.
that's heartbroken?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, not that I know exactly what's going on by any means, but I would say like, I really think it's incredibly true that you can't really see someone else for who they are when you don't know yourself and you don't love yourself. So like, I think it's easy when you're still figuring out who you are and figuring out how to love yourself to go in and out of relationships always being like, oh, this person's not right, or like, oh, this isn't right, or it's not a vibe, or like, you know, always encountering issues. But I think like the more you learn how to like truly be with yourself, as cliche as it sounds, but like learn how to just sit with yourself, like not need to scroll on your phone when you're on the toilet, like literally just be so present with yourself and be good, like then you can actually attract who's meant for you and who you're meant for. So I think that's really important.
To be in that moment, always thinking ahead. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. There you have it, Monsters. Another exclusive, courtesy of course of Monster RX93.1. Love, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Very much. Till then, my name's Rico Robles. This has been another fantastic Friday on the Monster. Peace.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX 93.1.